If you want to write your research paper fast, you have to be good at the academic writing style. So not just the structure of the paper, but how to get the style so that your words flow out nicely and fast and sound like a proper research paper. That way you don't feel stuck wondering how to say the next sentence or how to make the paragraph sound nice. But getting to this stage does not come naturally because we don't talk like that. It will require practice and you need to build that academic writing style muscle. Hi, this is Dr. Jia, and today I'm going to give you 5 academic writing exercises that you can start today so that you can write in that beautiful academic writing style and to do it fast. The first thing I recommend is to have an academic phrase bank. So you can either create it yourself, Google it, and download a free one, or you can buy one from Amazon. I personally recommend this book called The Only Academic Phrase Book You'll Ever Need. It's excellent because it's organized by the phrases you use when you are describing a research gap, or the phrases you use when you're talking about the specific aims, or the phrases you should use when you are comparing results. The second thing is to read more journal articles. The thing is, I know many of you would have read many journal articles, but you usually only read for content. So here, the distinction is I want you to not read for content, but for the style. When you read the journal article, don't take on too much. Usually I focus only on one aspect. For example, if I want to learn to write in a more active voice, I will read the journal article and look, is this paper written in an active form or passive form? If you want to work on the clarity of messaging, now read the journal to see if the authors are making you confused or you're very clear. If it's clear, why is it clear? If it's very confusing, kind of circle that part. Is it the length of sentences that make it confusing? Is it the words that's confusing? When you start reviewing other people's journals that way, you can start seeing the pattern of what works and what doesn't work. The third exercise, practice to simplify. Why do we want to do that? It's because research papers inherently have very complex information. When the information is already complex, you want to make the message as clear as possible so that your readers can follow it through more easily. What can you do? Choose a journal article and look at a few paragraphs. Now, what you want to do is to see if you can replace any complex word to a simpler word. Make it as simple as possible without losing its meaning. For example, if you see utilize, change it to use. If you see as well as, see if you can change it to N. So that's just the words. The next level is you can also change the sentence structure. If there are long sentences, can you make it simpler? Can you make it shorter? The key though is to make sure you simplify it without losing the meaning. Exercise number 4, copy work. Many authors use this method to improve their writing. One famous one, Benjamin Franklin. If it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. So what is copy work? Copy work is basically you're imitating and copy other people's work word for word. And by doing so, you're basically downloading or imitating their style in writing. And so how do you do this? Take a journal article that you like and you copy that paragraph word for word. Importantly, you need to type out the words very, very slowly. And even as I type, I try to verbalize the word. Learning becomes more effective when you're using multiple modes of learning. So when you're typing and verbalizing, now you're using visual, audio, and tactile to learn. I recommend at least 15 to 20 minutes a day for about 5 days a week for several weeks. After about a week or 2, then something magically happens. As you start writing your paper, then the words just flow out because you've copied this phrase over and over again so many times that it has become natural, that you have rewired your brain. If you want to level up further and learn faster, doing copy work using pen on paper is even more effective. Publishing a paper does not come naturally for most of us. To get tips and strategies on how to write your paper faster, sign up for my newsletter. Also, when you sign up for my newsletter, you will get a free 5-day mini academic writing course via email. The link is in the description below. Exercise number 5, devote writing time at least 5 times a week. Academic writing is also a muscle that you need to build. You may be used to writing progress notes or clinic notes, but academic writing is a different cognitive skill, so you actually need to build the muscle for it. And so when you start, your brain will start getting very uncomfortable. And how do you know you have not built the muscle yet? Is when your body starts twitching, you can't sit still, or you feel very compelled to check your email or look at your phone. If you feel like you have not built that muscle, start off with just 5 to 10 minutes. And once you get comfortable with that time, stretch it a little bit more. Now go 15 minutes. Then once you're comfortable, go 20 minutes. Then sooner or later, you can start sitting down to write for 50 to 60 minutes. Now, you may devote time in your schedule to write, but sometimes you feel like nothing is coming out. What I recommend is just to write something down, and even things like, I can't seem to get anything out. The goal is to train your mind that whenever you get to a writing session, there must be some output coming out. Some other tips I can suggest is you can also ask a series of questions. For example, why do I care about this project? What am I trying to solve? What has been done before? As you start asking these questions and they start answering them, then your ideas will start flowing out and you can start writing. There's one analogy I learned from Anne Lamott, a famous author. When you have no idea, sometimes just writing something out to get the juices flowing. So it is like turning on a tap in an old house where when you start turning on the tap, only brown water comes out. But once you let it flow enough, then clear water starts flowing out. Here I'm talking about a practice writing session. But if you want to use your writing session and want to make real progress in your research paper, watch out for the next video where I will give you 10 writing tasks you can do so that you are always making progress whenever you get into a writing session. I'll see you in the next video.